main thing in the arena, I would work on the flat walk, which is your extended walk, and do all your dressage movements at that gait. So that means do your leg yields, your circles, your serpentines, all the lateral work. You can do that at your flat walk. If you're going to do shoulder in and hindquarters in, then do that at a trail walk, which is just a regular horse walk, until he gets it good, and then you can do it at your flat walk. His next gait is that foxtrot. So with him, he'll put his head down. That gets him more on the trotty side, but sometimes he wants to get his head way down. It actually looks real pretty and he's prancy, but he gets more towards the trot. So you want his head tucked in a little, but not his head going down towards his knees. You should feel a soft bounce in the saddle, like a collected horse's trot. That's what you're thinking of, that you're riding in your mind, is a collected trot. At times, he might go into what's called a racking gait, which is more lateral. So that's, the foxtrot is a diagonal, but it's 4 beats instead of 2 beats like the trot. Your racking gait is a lateral gait, 4 beats. So if he's going and you feel that soft bounce and all of a sudden it changes for a minute, it means he's going towards the racking gait. So to get him back towards the foxtrot, you bring his head down, slow him down a little bit, and then you might have to, give him leg or a little spur, get him more collected, and he'll come back to the foxtrot. So when you foxtrot, I would just practice going around the arena and making big circles. When he's doing it well, stop, praise, make a big fuss, give him a rest, then you can try it again, just so he knows the right thing. I wouldn't practice the rack in the beginning in the arena, because I think you'll get confused. And he'll get that out on the trail easy, so out on the trail you can do whatever you want. But in the arena, I would do that foxtrot. So going from a flat walk to a foxtrot, you just speed up a little bit, but think in your brain a slow trot, a very slow trot. For the canter, I said it on the other video, but I'm going to half halt, shift my weight to the outside, say the word canter, then my leg if he doesn't go spur, and then I have a little stick so I can tap him with the stick. Again, our arenas are all uneven, so it makes the arena work very hard to do with these horses. So when I pick up the canter with him, I'm going to canter, and then I'm going to walk part of the circle, the part that's not on the wall, because the walls support him and will help him more. So in the beginning, that's what I do. I canter a couple steps, walk your pattern or your circle, whatever you're doing, canter off again. Over time, what he'll get in his mind is that he's supposed to canter, walk, which is transitions. And then when you get better and he's making the circles well, then all you have to do is when you're cantering, just sit back, breathe a little bit, or a little half halt. They'll slow down and collect themselves, and then you keep going. And then you slow down and collect them again, and then you keep going. And then he'll be making the circles pretty well, but that just comes with time. I put arena and trail time on them, so again, they're not perfect in the arena, and we have stuff in here, so that you'll have to practice some. Okay, so I'm going to show you his gaits first, and I'll try to do my head cam too so you can hear me. And I'm just going to flat walk a little bit, foxtrot a little, both directions, and then we'll go to the canter. Okay. Okay, remember when he turns his head side to side, that's lateral flexion. That's what I taught him. It's to get to the bit. Good boy. All right, so let's go to the right. It's just your trail walk. It's just slow. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to squeeze with both legs, bring my energy up, and I'm going to keep his head down. I'm holding on the reins right before the red. So I'm on the blue, but it's right kind of at the red. And I'm going to bring his head down. So this is your flat walk. So you shift back and forth in the saddle. See my shadow? And his head down. Okay? Now, if he speeds up and you feel that little bounce, then you're going to slow it down, okay? So this is your flat walk. My reins got stuck. So we're flat walking. trot, all you're going to do is think of going to a collected trot. A little leg. And to transition up to his fox trot, all you're going to do is think of going to a collected trot. So just a little leg, and then you should feel that soft bounce up and down. And then just keep his attention. Now his head's okay now, but there he's going a little bit towards a racking gait, and I'm going to slow him down a little bit, just a little half halt and sit back. So on your turns here, you're going to use your outside leg to keep him from. Use your outside leg. From drifting. Okay, car going by. So it's just a soft bounce. Think of a collected trot. He can half halt if it gets bouncy. He can bring his head up a little bit if it gets bouncy. Too bouncy, in other words. It should have a little bounce. Like right there, he went a little bit more towards the trot. And then your outside leg on your turn. Kind of pull your hands in. And if you're carrying a stick, you can always put the stick in the outside hand, and that'll help you to steer him if he's drifting at all in your circles, okay? So still your foxtrot. Okay, so now I'm going to walk. So when we go to the canter, I'm going to ask over here to try to get it. And I'm going to put my stick in my outside hand so if he drifts at all. Alright, so I'm making the turn. I'm going to ask it when I get to the fence. So I'm going to give a half halt, shift my weight, canter, outside leg. He trotted a little bit, canter. Now he's cutting a little bit because I think he's kind of getting away from that tarp. So now I'm going to walk and try it again. Boy, so half halt, shift your weight, outside leg canter. Okay, half halt, canter. Okay, so okay. So outside leg here, he's drifting a little bit. Half halt, shift your weight to the outside, canter. Outside Lake Canter. Now it goes downhill, so here I gotta walk across, because otherwise he's going towards that racking gate. Canter. Okay, I'm going to try a little different spot. Just because that thing keeps blowing. So we might really drift here because there's no walls. And I've cantered them around the arena, but not a lot of circles. Okay, so trying to get in front of the camera. Okay, half halt, shift your weight outside, outside leg, canter. So there he kind of lost it. Again, because he's not used to making circles so much, so they drift and then they fall into their gait. So you just stop them, because if you start kicking them or trying to run into the canter, that's when they'll tangle their legs up. So just try it again. Canter. That wasn't so good either. Canter. They fell apart again, so we just start over. Canter. Oh boy. So that was the first time he kind of did it pretty well to the right. So I'm giving him a break so he knows that was the right thing. And then we're going to go to the left. So I know you're going in the arena, so I'll keep working on this. But you'll have to work on it. Their canters take some time. Let's give it a break for a second. Sorry, bud. So normally I'd give them a longer break, but I got my phone running. All right. So now we're going to go to the left. So I'm going to hold up by the red, half halt, sit back, canter, right leg. So see he's drifting. Good job. Walk. Good boy. I'm going to let him walk, have a breather. Good boy. Good job. So he knows he did the right thing. So when you canter them, I would probably canter them down the long sides of the arena first and have Rachel work on the circles and then work on, cantering some steps here and there on the circle and then walking. And they get tired doing this because it's harder for them. So always stop before they get too tired. Make sure you stop when they get a couple good steps. If you stop when they get a couple bad steps, they'll think that's what they're supposed to do. So I'm going to half halt. Weight to the outside, canter, right leg. Good job. Walk, good boy. Okay, so we're going to wait as we go across. We're going to half halt, shift the weight to the outside, right leg, canter. So he trotted a couple steps and he racked a couple of steps. That's okay. Good boy. Walk. Good job. Good job. Okay, so that's it for his canter today. Good boy. So now I'm just gonna do a little flat walk and foxtrot so you can see it this direction. Okay. Normally, like after the canter, I'd be done. So again, for your flat walk, think an extended walk. His head will go up and down. He'll move back and forth in the saddle. This is what you're going to do all your basic dressage work at. There, you got a little faster. So you just half halt, slow him down. Okay, now I'm gonna, well, not yet, wait till we get by the other side. So this is your flat walk, think an extended walk or fast walk. Now I'm gonna foxtrot, so just squeeze with both legs lightly. So you feel that little bounce up and down. Then you just half halt and practice keeping the rhythm. It's all about keeping the same rhythm as you go around, because the gaited horses will try to change it. So you're usually half halting and leg, and you might speed up and then you might slow down if it gets too bouncy, like right there. I'm gonna bring his head up a little bit, and that'll usually help so they get away from the trot. I just don't poke it way up unless I want him to rack. So he's got a beautiful trot, but when he does it, he brings his head way down. So that's how you know he's going way towards the trot. So you just half halt, bring his head up a little bit. Then when he's gaiting pretty nice, good boy, that's when you stop. Okay, I hope that's enough.